Hello students, good morning. In a previous lecture we have discussed about the properties of genetic material. So in that we have seen that what should be the characteristic feature of an genetic material. Okay, so we have compared DNA is more stable or RNA is a more stable genetic material. So it is clear from the previous properties that DNA is a better genetic material when compared with the RNA. So all those properties of genetic material in detail we have completed. Now we will move towards RNA because so far we have not discussed about RNA. Since we know that RNA is also a nucleic acid. Okay, so in my very first class in introduction only I made it clear that the nucleus contain DNA as well as RNA. So DNA deoxyribonucleic acid, RNA ribonucleic acid, isn't it? So some more information about the RNA we will learn. Okay, let me give you the more information. So as the name itself indicates, RNA ribonucleic acid, and it's very essential to understand the types of the RNA and their properties also. Okay, so first we classify RNA. So RNA is broadly classified depending upon its genetic character. So ribonucleic acid, RNA means ribonucleic acid. So this RNA, it is further bifurcated into two parts, that is based on its genetic property. Okay, so the first part or the first category is called genetic RNA and second is called as non-genetic RNA. As the name itself indicates, genetic RNA means what? Genetic means RNA act as a genetic material in most of the organisms, in few organisms. And it is very clear in the previous lecture I have explained that in majority of the organism DNA act as a genetic material. Okay, in very few organisms RNA act as a genetic material. So I wrote example here. Tobacco mosaic virus, TMV. So in the first step you see in the first chapter it is given, this example is given, the diagram also is given. Go through that lesson. Tobacco mosaic virus, and it's a plant virus where RNA acts as a genetic material, not DNA. Okay. Similarly, human immunovirus, that is HIV. So HIV also contains genetic material, not the DNA but RNA. So RNA acts as a genetic material in case of tobacco mosaic virus as well as human immunovirus in some bacteriophages also. In a very few organisms, microorganisms, the RNA acts as a genetic material. Okay. Now another category, that is non-genetic RNA. As the name itself indicates, non-genetic means RNA is not acting as a genetic material. Then what it is doing then? So depending upon their functions, this group of RNA, non-genetic RNA, further bifurcated into three categories. They are based on their functions: messenger RNA, transverse RNA, ribosomal RNA. M stands for what? M stands for messenger RNA. T stands for transverse RNA. And R stands for ribosomal RNA. Thus, depending upon their functions, non-genetic RNA, it is classified into these three categories. So, now let us understand what are the functions of these. So, you will be learning more about the non-genetic RNA during the protein synthesis. But in brief, let us once again we understand the role of each one. Messenger RNA, transverse RNA, ribosomal RNA. So all these are actively involved in the function known as protein synthesis. See, since we know that from the DNA, RNA is synthesized and from the RNA, protein is synthesized. So for the protein synthesis, what is required? Here, messenger RNA, transfer RNA, ribosomal RNA. These three RNAs are required for the protein synthesis. Thus, they are not playing any role in the carrying the genetic information, but this non-genetic RNA carrying the information, it is involved in the process of protein synthesis, or otherwise it is also called as transcription or protein synthesis or translation. Okay, so this is a brief information about the RNA. So depending upon the genetic property, RNA are of two types. Now we will move towards another important aspect of this topic, that is differences. Okay, DNA as well as RNA. We have already discussed in detail DNA properties, genetic properties, everything. So what are the major other differences? Not only chemical properties, even some other properties. The major differences among the DNA as well as RNA, we will go through the points one by one. And you are supposed to take the points also, note down these points also. So it is focused here very clearly. You can make the note of these points. So we will first move from first point. Okay. As we know that DNA is a genetic material which is double stranded. Okay. Let me recall you. DNA is a double helical DNA, isn't it? So DNA is a double stranded. Why? Because it is made up of two polynucleotide chain. Okay, two polynucleotide chains. It is made up of double helical polynucleotide chain. Whereas it is a single stranded. Why it is single stranded? Do you know? Because it is made up of single polynucleotide chain. So there is a long chain. There is a long chain of RNA which is made up of a single polynucleotide chain. Strictly it is a single stranded. Now here it is composed of DNA composed of deoxyribose sugar. Deoxyribose sugar, the structural formula I have already given in my previous lecture. Go through the structure. Deoxyribose sugar, which is a 5-carbon compound. It is composed of RNA composed of ribose sugar, which is also 5-carbon compound, but the difference deoxyribose sugar here ribose sugar. Go through the structural formula of the that is ribose sugar as well as deoxyribose sugar. This is another difference. Now coming to the occurrence, DNA, as it is very clearly I have explained you in the previous lecture, where the DNA is present. DNA found in the nucleus itself, isn't it? So DNA found in the nucleus of the cell. Apart from that in the cytoplasm also it is found. But maximum it is found in the nucleus of the eukaryotic cell. But RNA, where it is found? RNA found not only in the nucleus but in the cytoplasm. See, take for example, this is the cell. This is a cell. Cell contain nucleus. Okay. Cell contain nucleus. Within this DNA is found not only in the it is found in the nucleus, whereas RNA not only found in the cytoplasm but it is also found in the nucleus also. It means with regard to its occurrence, RNA not only found in the nucleus along with the DNA but also it is found in the cytoplasm of the cell. Okay. So the function of the cytoplasm, the function of the RNA, when it is found in the cytoplasm, it is responsible for the protein synthesis. Okay. Now next, moving towards the next property or the difference. Already it is very clear. DNA consists of purines as well as pyrimidines. Purines are same in both the cases. Purines are adenine, guanine. Cytosine, thymine are the pyrimidines. So adenine, thymine, guanine, cytosine. So randomly I written. So purines are adenine, guanine, pyrimidines are cytosine, thymine. But here adenine, guanine, cytosine are common. Instead of thymine, in case of RNA, uracil is present. Okay, this is the major difference between that is the RNA as well as DNA. So because of this T that is thymine only, the DNA is becoming more stable, isn't it? And RNA is not stable because it does not have thymine, uracil is there, and it is a highly reactive. We have discussed in that in the previous class. Now coming to, in most of the organism, I told you, in majority of the organism, 90% of the organism consists of DNA as a genetic material. All eukaryotic organism, DNA is a genetic material. 90%, 99% of the organism consists of a genetic material, that is DNA. But in the previous first point only we have discussed, So it is found only in it acts as a genetic material. It acts as a genetic material only in a few viruses, that is tobacco mosaic virus as well as HIV virus. And rest of the organism does not. Okay. It undergoes self-replication. So what is the meaning of replication? Replication is nothing but the DNA undergo replication means it undergo duplication. It makes an exact copy of itself. The mature DNA synthesizes its own copy. Okay, it synthesizes its own copy, replicas. So replicas are the daughter DNAs are produced from the parent DNA. So means the DNA can undergo replication or duplication. Okay, so this is self-replication. It can undergo self-replication. But RNA does not undergo self-replication. Why? Because RNA, take for example, this RNA is not undergoing any replication. Then how the RNA is produced? RNA is produced from the DNA itself. DNA undergo replication and produces DNA. From the DNA, RNA is produced, and from the RNA, protein is synthesized. It means it's very clear that RNA produced from the DNA, in turn RNA responsible for the protein synthesis. It does not undergo self-replication. Last and final. Since we know with regard to their occurrence, based on their occurrence, the DNA are of two types. That is intranuclear, extranuclear. You may get confusion here. Intranuclear means within the nucleus. Extranuclear means outside the nucleus. It is very clear. One best example I can give you, that is extranuclear, that is a plasmid. The best example is a plasmid. So plasmid is also a DNA, circular DNA. Plasmid is also one of the example of DNA, circular DNA. It is found in some bacteria. Okay. And intranuclear means the DNA which is found within the nucleus. Within the nucleus is known as intranuclear. Intranuclear, which is found within the nucleus. Extranuclear means the DNA which is found within the outside the nucleus, that is in the cytoplasm, is called as extranuclear DNA. But in case of RNA, there are, depending upon their functions, RNAs are categorized into three major types, that is mRNA, tRNA, rRNA. Okay, messenger RNA, transverse RNA, ribosomal RNA, all the three are involved in the protein synthesis. Okay. So we will stop here only. We shall continue next part next.